Hi gang, this is Mike G. Hands free, driving back from Torquay. All the rhyming words. 2:33 also. 2:33, Mike G. Hands free, driving back from Torquay. Talking for free all about Silence on Sunday, which is a new feature I've put on the Mr. GTV YouTube channel, interactive. But you can watch the replay because I've posted it to the Mr. GTV Facebook group. I think silence is so important. I've just driven back now 4.5 hours in silence. One of the reasons I really love driving. In a moment, possibly it's going to go into an area where there's no street lights or overhead lights, and it'll go into darkness. Sensory deprivation is really empowering. To go into silence and to listen and to shut down all that clutter and noise and confusion that overthinking can create, and then sometimes going into darkness to remove all the excessive images that we are presented. Probably go into blackness in a minute. Stay tuned, keep listening. Our lives are governed by images, sounds, smells, feelings, tastes. But we are far more than that. We have extra senses. But most of us don't master our physical senses. Every Sunday, you've got the opportunity to, around about 11 o'clock, go into silence guided by me on Mr. GTV and just experience yourself, to find yourself in silence, to tune in to inner wisdom, to remove all the programming of the world, to close your eyes, remove the images that are external, witness the images that are internal, and to create a relationship with the things that you listen to in the place or the space where you go into silence. In the very early stages of presenting this to you, which is August 2022, we're basically going to have 3 minutes of silence, 5 minutes of silence. As we get more advanced, we'll increase that length, but I'll also be giving you an opportunity to do visualization, contemplation, manifestation, analysis. Your ability to be able to enjoy yourself, to just be with yourself in silence without any agenda, entertainment, external input other than just what is there for you to witness and experience, I believe will be life-changing for you. I've just completed 14 days with my group. I got viewers on the Mr. GTV Facebook page to enroll on a 7-day training development experience called Change Your Ways in 7 Days. They didn't know at the time. They paid £1 a day. It was the best £7 they've ever spent, in my opinion. But I'm biased because I was the host. But the testimonies were outstanding. And the 39 people in that group had 14 days. They had 7 days to learn some valuable hints and tips and life-changing concepts. And then they had 7 further days that they didn't bargain for, but I gave them to put them into practice with additional guidance. The next course I'm running starts on the 15th of September, and it's self-programming, self-hypnosis. And these are all pay-for-use courses taken out of Mr. GTV and put into the Genesis group, which is a private mentoring platform. And then there's so many free things on Mr. GTV. All the profits that I make out of the courses go to charities, because I want to help the charities and help all the attendees, because I'm here to help. This silence on Sunday that I'm presenting is free, and starting from mid-August I'm running a free awareness course on the law of the land, the law of water, and ultimately what's most important is the law of magic. This is occult knowledge. Occult is nothing to be scared of, it's hidden knowledge. I'm bringing ancient techniques, concepts, healing, psychology, theology, philosophy, bang up to date for 2022 for you. And if we don't expand our minds and use our minds, we'll lose our minds. Our minds will literally atrophy and die if we just live on repeat. Doing the same things, thinking the same thing, getting the same results. Going round in the hamster wheel. And it ends up being a rut, and a rut is like a grave with the ends kicked out. It's going round and round and round. I would never like to think that I'm living in a rut. I've travelled to Thailand to live. I've worked in Germany. I've worked all over Europe. I've worked all over Britain. Never bored, never frustrated. Always seeking new learning, new experiences, witnessing everything. Finding the world both a great classroom and a wonderful playground, and so can you. Driving back through the night now, not far from home, and this is such a familiar area to me now in North Wales, but I'm a Manchester lad, and I did the Manchester scene all the way through my teens. Started work at 16, made a leap of faith and became an AA patrolman at 19, the youngest AA patrolman in South Manchester in 1977. Did 10 years on the North Wales, in the Manchester Patrol Force, and then moved to North Wales, another leap of faith. Took my kids with me. Single dad. Established a martial arts organisation. Got into personal development, energy and consciousness and healing. Set up my own company, and the rest is history. Now the reason I'm telling you that isn't because I'm clever, because I'm not. I'm self-taught. I refuse to be controlled by anything. Certainly not by government, not by other people. I control myself. I'm determined that the day that I leave this planet and going on my next adventure in the next dimension, in the spirit world, if that's the words you want to use, that I've lived this incarnation to the max, that I've experienced as many things as I can in this three-dimensional, five-sensory experience, and then hey ho, let's see what's next. That's why I've just been over to see my friends in Torquay. A lot of people wouldn't have made that journey, certainly wouldn't have travelled back at night, but I've got a full day tomorrow, catching up with all my friends and family, friends old and new, travelling over to see a pal of mine called John Spur in Nottingham next week. Not seen him since he was at AA training school, age 19. We became very close, followed each other's stories, but haven't seen each other for nearly 40 years. If you don't do it now, when will you do it? You get one chance at this life. So I fully intend to go and see John Spur. We've got the AA in common, sense of humour in common, we're both guitarists, and we both want to catch up. And a lot of these revelations and concepts and ideas come to me, through me, in silence. What's important to me? Who's important to me? What do I want to do more of? What do I want to do less of? What do I want to carry forward? What do I want to leave behind? That wisdom comes to me in silence. Not when I've got a head full of clutter. Your brain is like a sponge. If you squeeze it, lots of good stuff should come out. Life stories, inspiration, information, memories, creativity. But if you're rigid in your thinking, or if you're frozen because of fear, if you squeeze your brain, nothing comes out, nothing works, you can't remember anything. You have to read something 10 times before it goes in. And the chemistry of fear, the biology of fear, the biology of depression, anxiety, stress, anger, guilt, that's not conducive to relaxation. And only when you're relaxed, when you're at peace, when you're peaceful and quiet and silent, saying less, witnessing more, will you be operating at your full potential, and you'll access and have available to you your extra senses, your metaphysical senses of clairvoyance, clairsentience. You'll be able to leave your body by location, remote viewing, telepathy. That's where the magic is. That's what I'll be talking about in mid-August, a couple of weeks time, maybe 10 days time I think I'm starting. Check back for the announcements on the Mr. GTV Facebook channel. I just like to talk and share, I like to experience, I like to have fun, and I come from a place of peace and love, because peace, love, power and understanding come as a package. And if you're not experiencing peace, love and power and health, then you don't understand. simply are missing the point. You don't understand your own potential, your own birthright. You're believing what you're being told by a society that's conditioned you and took your power away, in my opinion, with the greatest of respect. And that's where I was a couple of decades ago. I'm still seeing things and seeking things and teaching from those experiences. What are you learning in this classroom of the world? What are you going to do about it? And have you found your fun? Have you stepped into your power? You'll do it through silence. Sounds crazy, that, doesn't it? Because between your thoughts, which is all that noise in your head, that's where you'll find yourself in that gap. Between your thoughts, and 99% of your thoughts are repeat thoughts, thinking the same as you've always thought. Most of them are negative, asking the question, am I safe? With what's going on in the world at the moment, nobody feels safe, so your head's full of clutter and you're in fight, flight or freeze. There's no power in that, there's no relaxation in that. Well, the chemistry of that, or the biology of that, is dis-ease. And that's exactly what it is. Not being at ease creates dis-ease. It attacks your body, your mind, your emotions, your vital energy. It's like running on a low battery all the time. Without any ego or big-headedness, I know that I outperform, multitask, have more vitality and energy, mental agility than a lot of people half my age. And trust me, I've had a spurious health history. You know my story. But I've survived them all. I've rose to the challenge. I've stepped into my power. And at times I've even deleted my physical body and lived purely in my mind when I wasn't able to walk between 2007 and 2010 after a spine injury, and I wasn't able to see between 2016 for about 2 or 3 months because of a mini stroke. So a lot of people say, well, it's alright for you. Well, it's not always been alright for me, and who knows what's round the corner. But whilst I'm alright, I'm living life to the max. Live life to the max. Step into your power. Access it through silence, meditation. Living in that gap between your thoughts is where your power is. That's where you listen to God. And I'm not getting biblical on you, but God is the grand organising designer. Connect to the universe and live a life guided by signs and wonders, intuition. And you'll access that through your extra senses. So while you're attached to the body in the world, you've got absolutely no chance. But if you live in the world, enjoy the world, but realise that really you're not this body, you're not even your mind, you have a body and you have a mind, and you certainly don't belong in the world, but you can experience the world. You've only been here for a short period of time. I've been here 65 years. That's a splash in the ocean of eternity. I've been lots of things before I got here, and I've been lots of things after I've left here. But while I'm here, I'm going to have a bloody good time. If you want to have a bloody good time, then contact me for free through Mr. GTV, or inbox and email me. And unlike most people who are public figures, I'll give you my mobile number as well, because it's 07860 138265. And if you're positive and constructive, and show respect and love, I'll reciprocate. In other words, if you want a decent chat, I'm here for that. If you're not, I'm too busy enjoying myself. And if you want to join me, if you want to be like me, then you know where I am. Be powerful, enjoy your mind. Appreciate you listening, even though I'm driving through the darkness. I'm just actually now hands-free, driving down React Hill. I'll be at my UK home in about 20 minutes time, which will be about 3 in the morning, at which time I'll have a brew, but I won't be talking to you, and I'll be using my mind to review the day, go into the silence and decide what is the best use of my time tomorrow, because I've had a very inspiring, fun and fulfilling 4 or 5 days in Turkey. Just look on my Michael Garner Facebook page. I've had a ball, and I want to live every day like that in my life. Because if you're wasting your time living on repeat, doing what you've always done, because you're thinking what you've always thought, because you're not living on purpose, you're not getting that guidance through silence, then replace the word waste of time for wasting your life. Don't waste your life. Be powerful. Enjoy your mind. Take care. Love you all.